Okay, we're going to start sewing on our fabric. So I'm going to start with the skirt. So I'm just using a running stitch. And there are two skirt panels plus a little bit extra. So I'm going to have it close at the back. So I put the two big ones in the back and the small one up front. So there won't be a center front seam. But I kind of wanted the front side seam, basically, so I could access my pocket. And so I did leave a little slit right here. That's for the pocket. And what I think I'm going to do after I sew the skirt together, I'm going to dump all the fabric in the washing machine to kind of give it a good rinse, because I have noticed the dye is kind of crocking just a little bit on my hands. Let's see if I can get it to kind of settle. I don't want it to crock on my white underpinnings. Afterwards, we'll hem it, which we're going to use a facing, balance the skirts, do the gauging, basically do all the skirty bits, and then we'll work on the bodice last. At this point, we're kind of at the point where this is like a normal project now. What I would normally do for a dress. So I do have this as a center back opening dress, as I said. So there's a placket in the center back that's, an opening in the center back. I didn't sew the whole seam. So really there's only one seam in this skirt that is completely sewn up. Because this one has the hole for the pocket. One of them has the center back opening. And then one is stitched from top to bottom. At this point, the sound's going to stop, mostly because I was at a sewing retreat with some friends and there was noise going on in the background. So from here out, we're going to get narration. So the first step that we're doing after the last step is sewing on the waistband. I'm doing that with a back stitch. And then I am finishing the waistband with some piping, again with a back stitch. Then you fold over the piping to make a finished edge, a finished strong edge, onto which we're going to put the gauging in a moment. And of course that edge now has to be whipped down. Next up, sleeves were done, so I obviously need to sew them into the arm side, otherwise known as the armhole. Hooks and eyes close up the bodice, and this is a back closing bodice, so we're putting them in the back. And the very last step is that we are going to gauge the skirt to the waistband. So I'm just pulling over those gauging stitches we already did, which are basically very large gathering stitches. And I did 2 rows of them. You could do 3, or I've seen 4 a couple of times. But usually 2 or 3, and I did 2 because I'm lazy. And you gather them up and you stitch each and every pleat to the waistband. So yes, it is very time consuming. And that wraps up the indigo dye dress. So next month we get to debut it and talk about it and see how it looks on. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe to the channel. As always, have a fantastic week, and I'll see you back here on Monday.